So this is a Bailey Pageant Ardennes. I'm going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. That's all stuff we'll go through in person here on site and demonstrate how to hook onto the car. Front locker, you've got 2 gas bottle tie downs. A maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles can be carried on the caravan at any time. And on the bulkhead, you've got the gas regulator with yellow gas valve on the side here to isolate the gas supply past the regulator if you ever need to, and you turn that valve 90 degrees towards us. So as we're looking at the regulator now, you turn it bottom up, if that makes sense. You flick it around this way, like I said, that'll isolate the gas past the regulator. But you wind down leg on each side of the van at the front to stabilise the caravan. You'd never lift the caravan with the wind down legs due to the fact you could actually damage the floor of the caravan if you did do that. Then got your fridge vents, so both the fridge vents there allow hot air out the back of the fridge unit, and on the top one you also have the gas flue for the fridge gas system. The wheel nuts will be torqued before the caravan leaves site, and we'll also demonstrate the mover while you're here when we've got a battery on board the van. Got 2 grey waste pipes coming down the side of the van, as you can see down the bottom there. Them 2 grey waste pipes are where your waste master will sit below, and there's some black pipe in the front locker to allow you to do that. And the ack roll is connected up, so essentially the fresh water will go in there and it will come out through them grey pipes down the side there once it's been through the sink and the shower. It's nothing through the toilet system. Cover here you need to remove prior to igniting anything on gas inside of the caravan, and saves the gas exhaust for the caravan. You've then got your water pump connection, which simply pulls out and pushes into place. The water system is already full on this van, and I'll demonstrate to you how you do that once we're inside. Then got your toilet flush tank. You'd open this up and you put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The neck here will actually turn out to allow you to tip the waste away. The grey cap here is a measure for the blue and the pink fluids. And then you've got an orange pressure relief button on the back of the cassette, so when you tip the waste away it doesn't spit and sputter back at you. So essentially as you tip the waste you press the button in at the same time. On the back of the van, again you've got the wind down legs on either side of the rear of the van, and they are just there to stabilise the caravan while the caravan is being used. Again, the wheels, as I explained on the other side, will be torqued before the caravan leaves site. You've got a 3-pin socket behind here, so you can run power to your external, to your awning on the outside if you wish to. You've got your battery locker with your quick release terminal, so you've got the blue cap for the negative and the red cap for the positive. And then you've got your mains lead connected to the side of the van also. And then your final wind down leg on this side at the front of the van to stabilise the van. At that point we're going to go inside the caravan and demonstrate how everything works. The first thing you're going to need to do when you come inside the caravan is make sure the master power switch is turned on, your lights are turned on, then you've got your awning light on the top right hand side here, and your water pump. The water pump, or the water system, I'm going to demonstrate to you how you fill that now. First thing you do is come underneath the seat at the rear of the van as you come in the door. And you're going to check to make sure that the yellow drain down valve on the pipe work is parallel with the floor, which it is at the moment. So you'll see the white pipe work going to that yellow valve. You need to make sure to fill the water system that valve is parallel with the floor, and once that's parallel with the floor you can open all the taps up on the hot side to bleed the water system. If that valve is pointing upright towards the bottom of the seat, it will actually drain all the water off the caravan water system itself. So like I said, we're going to come over to each tap now with that valve parallel to the floor. Take the plug out. We're going to open all the taps up on the hot side, as you can see here. As you can see, I've already got water coming out of the system because I've already filled it. But once all these taps are open, you can come over to the control panel again by the door, and you can turn on the water pump. Once that water pump's turned on, the water system will start filling up. It is all the taps on the caravan, so it includes the one in the 2 in the bathroom, also the one on the shower and the one in the sink. And once you've got water running continuously out of every tap on board the van, you can shut all of the taps off and you'll be able to start warming the water on board the van. So again, we're going to go back down to this end of the caravan. We've got the dinette area. And down below the seat on this side, you'll actually notice there is 2 switches. You've got the one on the right hand side here, which you can turn on to allow the water to warm up on electric. Now, it is a preset temperature on the electric, you can't control it at all. However, on the gas, you can. So if you're off-grid, for instance, or you need to boost the water when you're on board the van for showering, you would need to use the gas for that. But if you, like I said, if you want to control it, you can also do that with the gas control. To get the water system to turn on gas, you get the grey dial on the outside here and spin it round to the flame symbol on the right-hand side. Green light appears to let me know it's trying to ignite. And if that stays a solid green light with no red light, which it has at the moment, then the pilot light is lit. The red light is a fail indicator to let you know it has failed to ignite, and as you saw from around the front of the van, we have no gas on board at the moment, so it would actually do that. But like I said, once it has ignited, you can actually control the water between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. The green light is where, if you have, like for instance, the number 70 over it, is where the water would warm up to. So the green light is also the mark for where you set the temperature, what you want the caravan to be. If you did ever fail to ignite on gas, we do recommend that you check that you got gas on board the van, for starters, or the gas is turned on, or the bottle is full, or has enough gas in it, should I say. If you have, then it doesn't ignite first time, I'd advise you go to the cooker, ignite the hob, and that will actually allow you to bleed the gas system on board the van. The reason for that is the cooker and the hob is the last points on the gas system. So once you got gas through to there, you should in theory have gas to the rest of the caravan as well. So like I said, that's your heating and hot water systems. While I'm over here, I'm just going to quickly go through the cooker. As you'd expect, an igniter on the front, which also works for the hob up on top. The hob lid would need to be completely open for gas to flow through to the hobs on top. If it's not completely open, then you won't get any gas through to those at all. The next thing we're going to do is warm up the caravan with the heating. So up on the wall here, you have a room heat switch. You'll need to turn this switch on here to allow this dial on top to work. Now down the side here, you have 500, 1000 and 2000 watts. So like I said, this is the electric heating this time. Here on site, we can run a maximum of 500 watts into the heating system. Once it's turned on, again, you'll get a green light, but that just means that the electric's turned on this particular item. And then you can control the heat of the heater on the dial just here between 1 and 9. The higher you go, obviously, the warmer the heating system is going to be. Turn that off for now because it's quite warm in here. Depending on what site you're on, it will depend on how much power you select down the side of the dial. And again, you could ask the site you're going to what power source or what they'd advise you run your heating on. For instance, if the site has 2000 watts available, then you'd be able to turn your heating straight onto 2000 watts and the heating would work at its maximum efficiency. If you wanted to use the gas heating, you've got a dial on here on top that you'll turn on between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve, and when it is ignited, you'll get a pilot light in this window at around a 45-degree angle from the floor. Once it has ignited, I advise you hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the gas valve and you'll be able to control the temperature on top. I would advise once you have released it just to make sure the pilot light is still lit. If not, again, you'd go through the same process again to make sure it stays ignited. On the opposite side here, you've got your blown air heating. Now the dial on top that you see is a fan speed dial, so you can turn the fan speed between 1 and 5. The dot in the centre here indicates the heat is just going to come out the front of the heater. However, you'll notice around the caravan you have these little vents like you have in your car, and you can actually turn on blown air heating. So the wave symbol here on the left hand side, that my thumb's near, is actually the blown air option. So you can just put the dial over to the left and that will turn on continuous blown air. However, if you wish to have it on basically a thermostat, you can put it onto the A on the right hand side, and essentially the blown air will cut in and out with the thermostat up on the wall. It does also work on the gas option as well. So like I said, fan speed on top, continuous blown air, and automatic blown air, which essentially cuts in and out with the thermostat on board the van. Behind me, we have the fridge itself. Now with the dial on the left hand side pointing upwards, it will actually mean the fridge is turned off. If you want to use 240 volt to chill the fridge, you can put it onto the 240 option just here. You can then also control the temperature of the fridge on the dial on the right hand side, and you can select the relevant temperature that you wish to have it at. If you're towing down the road and you want to use 12 volt as a power source, so when you connect it to the car for instance, you can use the fridge as a cool box. You'd have the car connected first, you'd come inside, have the dial, you can have all the switches turned off by the door so you don't need to turn them on, and then you put it onto 12 volt mode just here. The final part of the fridge operation is the gas option. So to ignite the fridge on gas, you'll spin the dial round to the gas symbol at the bottom here, holding the temperature valve on the right hand side, and hit the igniter at the same time. I do apologise that it's not cleared up yet. When it has ignited, the little red line that you see in this screen just here will actually come round into the green. Once that red line's in the green, it actually means the fridge has ignited on gas. Once it has ignited, you'll continue to hold the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, very similar to the heater, then slowly release the valve. If it drops back down for any reason, back into the white, it could be the same as the heating unit. Again, you'd need to go through the process of bleeding the gas or making sure you've got gas on board the van. The fridge, to turn it off, you'll spin the dial back round to the top, and that will turn all of the power back off. And like I said, on gas or mains, you'll use the temperature control here to control the temperature of the fridge. Microwave, very simple to use. Put your ping meal in, turn the dial round to the correct time, and wait for it to go ping. In the bathroom, the toilet system, very simple to use. Electric flush on the toilet, on top here, which will flush when there's water in the system. And then you've got your toilet waste flap just here, which will allow the toilet waste to go in the cassette underneath the van. The toilet seat does turn for your convenience to different angles. However, when you are emptying the toilet waste cassette, you'll need to make sure it's pointing straight across towards the sink so that the toilet cassette doesn't lock itself in place. If you have any further questions on the Bailey Pageant Ardennes, please do give us a call here at the Caravan Company and I'll be more than happy to help. The motor mover demonstration will be carried out with you here on site. Thank you for watching and enjoy the van. Bye bye.